Well, was Smile 2 better than the original, and did we finally find a way to beat that demon? Let's find out. Just a heads up guys, before we begin, there's going to be lots of spoilers throughout this review, and there's going to be spoilers all the way from the beginning as well. So if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to be spoiled, then don't watch this video. However, if you don't mind spoilers, or if you have seen the film, then continue watching. I absolutely loved the opening sequence with Joel from the first Smile, and the main reason for that is because they addressed my theory, kind of, at the very beginning on how you can beat the Smile demon. Not get rid of it forever, but how you can pass it on and you can still be alive. And that's exactly what Joel does at the very beginning of the film. So I'm really glad that they've done that, because I done a video on that just a couple of years ago. Joel's plan was working at the start of the film. There was a few hiccups along the way as well, but unfortunately for Lewis was there as well. He was only there probably doing some drug deals, and he witnessed the whole thing. Therefore, the Smile curse passed on to him. They have another theory in the movie for a way that they could potentially beat the Smile curse, but we'll talk about that later on. Sky Riley is a pop star sensation who's on a return comeback after a year, because a year ago, her and her boyfriend Paul were driving along the road and they were involved in a car accident. Paul unfortunately died at the scene, but Sky survived. We find out throughout the movie that Sky and Paul were both under the influence of drugs, and Sky was addicted to drugs as well, so she had to take this year out so that she can get sober. Sky still has the scars and the pains to prove what happened, and because of this she needs some drugs, and the reason that she goes to Lewis is to get those drugs, but Lewis has already been taken over by the Smile demon. Unfortunately for Sky, Lewis is on his last day with this Smile demon, and then he gets taken when Sky is there. Therefore, it passes on to Sky. It plays out the same as the original with the visions, etc. Even the end of the movie is almost identical in terms of how it plays out, because you get a portion of this film similar to the first one where we don't know what's real and what's not, and the last part of the movie was a hallucination. After the reveal of the hallucination, that's when this demon takes over the main protagonist in the film, and that's what happens to Sky in the end. Before the big reveal at the end, Sky talks to a man called Morris, whose brother was taken, I think it was about 8 victims ago. His brother was a victim of this Smile demon, and ever since then he's investigated to try and find ways that this demon, this curse, can be broken. And his idea is, he is an EMT nurse, so he knows how to bring people back from the dead. His idea is to kill Sky for up to 9 minutes so that possibly this demon can leave her body, and then he can bring her back to life and the demon will be gone forever. It's a cool theory, but I much prefer my theory that I came up with 2 years ago and the theory that Joel saw out at the beginning of the film, because there's no certainty that if she does get taken back or brought back, that this demon's going to be gone forever. At least if they do it the way Joel tried to do it at the beginning, he knows that he would be safe. Other people would possibly die, but at least he would be safe for now. When we do get the reveal at the end that she was hallucinating for quite a bit of the movie, we know that she's possibly hallucinated from the time where she's in her apartment and all these dancers are walking about smiling and they're attacking her, because after she wakes up there, she wakes up in the hospital or this little resting place where her mum is, and she accidentally kills her mum. And then she goes on this rampage at the end when she meets up with her friend. She tries to drive to Staten Island to meet Morris, and Morris is going to put her in a Pizza Hut freezer to do this procedure where he would kill her and bring her back. But then that's all revealed to be a hallucination, and the Smile demon was laughing about that. She finally wakes up at the concert. You see her mum in the crowd as well, so we know that this hallucination that she had was well before that she killed her mum. And then that's when the big demon reveals itself, which was quite a stylistic way to do it. But one thing I really liked about this part was after the demon revealed itself and took over her, she then offed herself in front of the whole entire audience. That would tell me that there's a lot of people now infected with this curse. I found this film pretty scary at times. There was moments where I was looking away. I wasn't scared, but I knew there was going to be a jump scare. And I don't think there's any cheap jump scares. I think it was mixed. It was a mixture between long build-up jump scares that had a really good payoff, but also off-the-cuff jump scares that you weren't expecting, but they were also a good payoff. The acting, I think, was phenomenal. Now, this Naomi Scott, who plays Skye, she was amazing all the way through this movie. There were certain scenes in this film where, for example, it shows you a flashback to the car crash that she was in with Paul, and her acting in that scene, I just couldn't believe that we had acting like this in a horror film. There was some really haunting imagery, some really nasty looking hallucinations that she had. It was all amped up from the first film, but it still added a little bit more than we got from the previous movie. Ray Nicholson's part was very small, as you would imagine. He plays Paul, the boyfriend of Skye. I believe that he was in the marketing simply because he's Jack Nicholson's son. I don't think it was a bad idea. I think it was a good idea to maybe try and get some of the older audience on board to watch the film, because it certainly helped. The gore was absolutely tremendous. There was moments in this film where I also had to look away, not just because of the scares, but because of some of the gruesome scenes in it. That's a good thing, guys. That is a positive. I just felt myself having to look away at certain points because it did look so realistic at times. So was Smile 2 better than Smile 1? I don't know. At this moment in time, I just don't know. I would have to say it's a draw. I don't think either of them are better than the other one. I think it's a great addition to this, hopefully, Smile franchise. Obviously, with the ending that we got in Smile 2, we can expect bigger things if we get a Smile 3. And I can only assume we're only going to get a third one if the box office says so. I'm sure the box office will be kind to this one because it's got a lot of really good word of mouth. And for me, guys, I thought it was fantastic. So what are your thoughts on Smile 2, guys? As always, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon.
Meeting adjourned.
I'll be right back.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played Skin the Cat?
Someone's in the back!